Jai Hind and good afternoon to everyone. I am Malhar Gudekar, volunteer of NSS Atharva, would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone present here for today's session, that is tobacco, COVID-19 and youth. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our guest, Dr. Rohan Barkate, who is among few full-time tobacco treatment specialists in India. He has a bachelor's degree in homeopathy from CM Patel Homeopathic Medical College in Mumbai in 2005 and also an MBA in social entrepreneurship from Narsimha Institute of Management Studies in Mumbai 2012. He has more than 15 years of experience in medical field. In past, he has also worked with one international collaboration project head by senior oncologist Dr. Sultan Pradhan from Prince Ali Khan Hospital and Dr. Nancy Rigotti. Dr. Nancy is pioneer of tobacco cessation clinic in MGH, Boston, America. He has counseled more than 5,000 patients and conducted more than 500 awareness sessions. He has conducted tobacco cessation training courses for doctors and nurses and healthcare professionals. He conducted tobacco de-addiction camps in 16 traffic police stations in Navi Mumbai in collab with D.Y. Patil Physiotherapy College. He has counseled around 250 traffic policemen in 16 traffic police beats. He was invited to Nagaland by Governor of Nagaland to conduct camp and spread awareness. He was invited as speaker in the Union World Conference. He has been invited as speaker at many national level and international platforms. His work featured in newspaper Midday as first smoke Nazi in city. He was also interviewed on TV.
I am Shweta Iyer, NSS volunteer, and today I am going to speak few words on occasion of Doctor's Day. It goes without saying that this past year was tough. That is an understatement. The COVID-19 pandemic brought us heartache and uncertainty about life in ways we never could have imagined.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Hello, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, great. First of all, thank you everyone, and thank you for the wishes on the Doctor Day. It's a privilege to have this session on Doctor's Day. I've been doing this passionately all throughout the year, and I'm not going to stop because it's being a Doctor Day. It's a privilege. So to begin with, I am representing Indian Cancer Society. It's a big and old NGO, more than 50 years old, working for cancer awareness and helping cancer patients. They do everything from cancer screening, cancer early detection, cancer supporting cancer patients, and also cancer rehab. So we have an entire spectrum of cancer, and I'm in the awareness department of Indian Cancer Society. And my specialization is, as mentioned, a tobacco cessation, a tobacco de-addiction. So first of all, you must be wondering why this topic is important. Everyone knows tobacco and tobacco products, and government does a lot of advertisements, how it is harmful and all. And it's very much accepted in our society. It is not even considered as an addiction at first place. And everyone feels that we know everything about this topic. Why this separate session and a doctor who is working for this cause? So this is the reason why I'm here, because there are a lot of misconceptions regarding this topic, and unfortunately many people are losing their lives with serious illnesses because of tobacco and consumption, and the diseases occurring because of tobacco consumption. So I'm here to tell you certain facts and figures, and also certain realities, and create and to overcome or to help you to clear all the misconceptions. So I will go through the presentation first, and I would request whatever questions you can note down and ask me at the end of the session. We'll have a time separately for the question answer session. But please do ask your questions, because I want all of your doubts and more queries to be resolved. So to begin with, why this is a serious thing? So there was a survey done which is called as Global Adult Tobacco Survey. This is an international level survey. More than 22 countries in the world do this kind of survey. World Health Organization, WHO, and Indian government is also involved into this. So it's a pretty authentic and big level survey. This survey was first conducted in 2009 and 10. The results of this survey were very shocking. You can see on the screen, it's almost 48% of Indian adult males and 20% of Indian adult females are in consumption of some or the other kind of tobacco product. So can you imagine, 48% is almost 50%. So if 50% of our adult population in males, if it is consuming some or the other kind of tobacco product, it is something very shocking and a very striking number. And the other side is 40% of all cancer cases are tobacco related. 90% of all oral cancer cases are tobacco related. Every year, almost 10 to 13 lakh people, 10 to 13 lakh people die because of tobacco related illnesses. So this is a huge impact which tobacco causes, and if you see the consumption is so huge. I mean, in a huge population like India, 48% of Indian adult males is a huge population. This survey was again repeated in 2016-17. The figures were slightly reduced from 48 to 42%, but in a country like 135 crores of population, 40% is also a huge number. So at first try to understand this is a huge problem, and this is a, huge necessity for having such kind of awareness session so that we can first of all prevent a lot of people to get into this addiction, and secondly also help these people who are already into addiction to get them out of this addiction before they land up into any serious illnesses. So there are certain figures in Maharashtra also, but try to understand the basics of tobacco. So when a healthy person comes in contact with tobacco, what happens is this. I'm not here to scare you with showing some images, but try to understand this is the reality, which tobacco companies don't show. The tobacco advertisements are something very different and very glamorous thing, but this is a reality which you need to understand. Don't fall prey to all these advertisements and the glamorized thing of tobacco. The fact remains that this is what happens when a person comes in kind of tobacco. So for the first instance, from where does tobacco come? So tobacco comes from tobacco farm. This is a kind of a farm it is. But why I'm speaking about this? Because tobacco farm is the only farm which doesn't require fencing or protection. Why it doesn't require fencing or protection? Because even animals don't eat it. Yes, even animals don't eat tobacco because it is not a edible plant. So the point is, why do animals don't eat it? So if you take this tobacco leaf from the tobacco farm and give it to the laboratory just to understand what are the different chemicals present into it, even at that time, even at the leaf present in the farm has a lot of chemicals which are not good for the body. There is nicotine present even at that time. So first of all, try to understand it is not an edible plant. Over a period of time, what happens is when these cigarette making companies make cigarettes, when these gutka making companies and other tobacco products are prepared, they add a lot of more chemicals into it. So the latest WHO protocol, the latest research which says that when a person is consuming a single cigarette, he is exposed to almost 4,000 to 7,000 chemicals. Yes, it is almost 4,000 to 7,000 chemicals, out of which 200 are proven poisonous, 60 to 65 are proven carcinogenic. They can be more also, but proven are 60 to 65. What do you mean by carcinogenic? These are those chemicals which are proven to produce cancers in the body. So these are carcinogenic chemicals, and a single cigarette has almost 60 to 65 carcinogenic chemicals. So imagine a person taking the cigarettes and other tobacco products and consuming so many poisonous and so many carcinogenic chemicals day in, day out, every day, and putting so many hazardous chemicals in the body every day. It is bound that his body is going to get affected because these are hazardous chemicals. So what people feel is Shah Rukh Khan smoking is the reality. This is not the reality. I'm here to show you the reality. Reality, it is causing a lot of health effects and affecting your health in a big way. Reality is it is causing a lot of financial loss. Financial loss, a single cigarette costs almost 10 to 15 rupees. Every year in the budget, the government goes on increasing the tax on cigarettes, so cigarettes become more costlier. So it is a direct money loss. If a person is smoking 10 cigarettes, a single cigarette costing 10 to 15 rupees, it's almost 150 rupees a day. You can calculate for a week, a month, and a year. So it's a huge direct money loss. So they ask other tobacco products which may not be those costly like the smokeless tobacco products. But even then the disease what they are buying, the future health cost is immense. If you get a small oral cancer, the treatment cost is in lakhs. Even a higher middle class family is not able to cope up with the treatment cost because the treatment is not that once the surgery is done and it's over. There is a chemotherapy, there is a radiotherapy, and there is a long-standing treatment, and there is a huge financial burden on the entire family. That is how the entire family is affected. The entire family has to go through a psychological stress. The Shah Rukh Khan smoking is not at all the reality. Reality is this. So we need to understand what is the reality, and this is the reality that we get affected with a lot of diseases because of this tobacco consumption, and ultimately the entire family is affected because of it. We need to understand and promote this and make them understand that this is what is the reality. So to begin with, we need to understand what are the different tobacco products. Why do we need to understand the different tobacco products? Because there are a lot of misconceptions regarding this. And unknowingly, people do consume a lot of tobacco products and they feel they are safer, they are less dangerous or less harmful. But we need to clear all these doubts. So first is a cigarette. Now people feel cigarette has a filter into it. A BD doesn't have a filter, so cigarette is less dangerous. Absolutely not. There is nothing like that. At this stage, remember three things very clearly in your mind. First is, no matter what tobacco product it is going to be harmful. No matter what quantity you are consuming it, it is going to be harmful. And third, no matter what duration you are consuming it, it is still going to be harmful. So always remember these three things. No matter what tobacco product it is, no matter what quantity you are consuming it, and no matter what duration you are consuming it, it is still going to be harmful. So every cigarette is harmful. The cigarette companies may promote it like Gold Flake Light. No, there is nothing light in the Gold Flake Light. Or there is a low tar cigarette or a lady's cigarette or a slim cigarette. All cigarettes are same and all cigarettes have tobacco, and wherever there is tobacco, it is going to be harmful. So that is about cigarettes. And BDs are little bit less unorganized sector, so it is comparatively very cheap, much cheaper than a cigarette. So in India, the consumption of BD is very high, and the access is also easy. I mean, you may not get a medical shop in the night, but you may immediately get BD shop, pan BD shop all over India. So the accessibility and the very cheap availability, so the consumption of BD is much more in India. Another thing is hookah. So a lot of people have misconceptions or they don't know that hookahs are more dangerous than cigarettes. Hookahs are almost 4 times more dangerous than cigarettes. Because a BD session may not last, a single BD may not last for more than 5 to 10 minutes, but hookah sessions are like hours together. So the exposure is more. So it's like smoking 10 to 20, 20, 30 cigarettes at a time. Another thing is the hookah will claim that there are a lot of flavors into it. But believe me, no flavor is without tobacco. If you see the flavor packet, it will be mentioned over there, nicotine content so and so. And more than that, a coal, the carbon monoxide gas, which is released because of the coal is used in the preparation. The carbon monoxide gas is the same gas that Hitler used to kill the prisoners. And something very important which you may not be aware of, there is a disease called as interstitial lung disease. What happens in this disease? Our lung is an elastic organ. Because of this elasticity, when we breathe in the air, the lungs expand and contract. This is because of the elasticity of the organ. But in this disease, what happens is this elasticity is lost. Our lungs get fibrosed. It becomes like a stone. And till date, there is no treatment available for this interstitial lung disease. So it is that serious. And the main reasons for this interstitial lung disease is cigarette smoking, BD smoking, and hookah smoking. I've personally seen people with hookah smoking coming to a chest physician for interstitial lung disease. There are other reasons for ILD, interstitial lung disease, like environmental pollution and industrial waste. But still, the major reason still remains that cigarette, BD, and hookah smoking. So you need to be very careful. And unfortunately, the people who go to these hookah parlors are in the age group of 15 to 20 years. They're very young who go into these parlors, the hookah parlors. And 5 years back, the Supreme Court had taken over the ban on hookah parlors, but the reasons were totally different. That doesn't mean hookahs are safe. So please promote this information, and hookahs are absolutely not safe, and people who are taking it will land up into a problem. There is another form like cheroots, which are tobacco is wrapped in the tobacco leaf itself, and the bigger form is like cigars. You must have seen it in movies. There's another thing which is coming up, which is called as electronic cigarettes. Now, this is wrongly called as electronic cigarette. Basically, these are drug dispensing devices. So, electronic nicotine delivery system, which is what it is called now. So, basically, it looks like this is like a pen which is having a tobacco in liquid form, and there's batteries, small batteries, because of which the combustion happens and smoke comes out. So, these electronic cigarettes are basically a fancy gadget, but still it's the same harmful effect because you are consuming the tobacco in liquid form, and the same harmful chemicals go into your body. These are different generations like cigarettes, vapes, and mods, but the basic concept, basic mechanism remains the same. There is a liquid form of tobacco and batteries, because of which the combustion happens and the smoke comes out of it. WHO has not yet approved any of the electronic cigarettes, and as you see, electronic cigarettes are, there are a lot of research studies available which show that they are affecting your body, they're affecting your DNA structures, the carcinogenesis happens, your cellular, molecular, and immunotoxicity happens in your body. So it affects all your respiratory, cardiovascular, and neurological. I mean, all body systems are affected, similar to any tobacco product like a cigarette or any other tobacco product. So e-cigarette is definitely having a lot of adverse effects on your body, and also during pregnancy also it may affect the fetus. There are many countries who have banned e-cigarettes completely, and India is one of them. 2019 only India has taken a decision. Indian government has banned sale of e-cigarettes in the country. But again, people may import it and buy it, but try to understand this e-cigarette is not at all safe. It is equally dangerous, and it is an entry point. People who get into e-cigarettes will then eventually graduate to other products. So this is an entry point into the other addictions, and it is not at all safe. If you see the chewing tobacco products, there's a huge range of chewing tobacco products in India. I mean, they can chew it, they can apply it, they can snuff it. I mean, there are huge numbers. So typically they are like this Chinese, which are tobacco and pre-mixed with tuna, which normally people take tobacco and add tuna into it. So gutka, everyone is aware, gutka is banned in Maharashtra, but still you see it is available because the neighboring states have not banned it. Pan masala. Now, pan masala is something that you should be aware of because pan masalas may not be having tobacco into it because the base is supari. Now, supari is not a tobacco product, but supari is also dangerous. There are a lot of studies available now which prove that supari has caused a lot of submucous fibrosis, which is a pre-cancerous condition, and ultimately a lot of cancers also. So, supari is not at all safe, and already pan masalas have the base is supari. So, you need to be very careful. Snuff. Now, this is a fine powder of tobacco which is taken through the nose. And again, this is a form of tobacco only, so it also causes cancer. I have personally seen patients after taking snuff landing up into cancer. Masheri is tobacco burned into a powder, and the powder is prepared, and this powder is applied on the gums. This is called as masheri. There are other sophisticated toothpaste available, like the brand name of Ipco and Dentobac. Now, this Ipco toothpaste and Dentobac toothpaste are two toothpastes which are actually tobacco toothpaste. So people have this addicted after breakfast, they keep on applying this toothpaste because they get this kick from it. Because of course nicotine is present into it and other chemicals also enter their body because of it. Pan. Now pan is something very confusing because if it is a tobacco pan, definitely it is going to be harmful. But if people will tell you that it is a meetha pan or sada pan, but try to understand what are the ingredients into it. Most of the time there would be kimam present into it. Now this kimam is nothing but again a tobacco paste. The person who is having a sada meetha pan, he unknowingly may be consuming it with kimam and unknowingly consuming tobacco itself. So you need to be very careful what are the ingredients of this sada pan or meetha pan. And another thing is supari. Now supari, as I already mentioned, it is definitely dangerous. It is also having a lot of carcinogenic chemicals present into it and causes a lot of cancer. So these are few of the tobacco products. There are n number of tobacco products in India, and as I said, consumption of tobacco in India is so large, and the more than 60 to 70% of this tobacco is smokeless tobacco, and because of which the oral cancer rate in India is very high. I mean, we are number one in oral cancer because the consumption is high, the variety of products is high, and 90% reason for oral cancer is tobacco. So the oral cancer is very high in India. This is an advertisement. Most of you must have seen it before the movies, where this person called as Mukesh comes, where it says, "Mera naam Mukesh hai, main 4 saal se gutka khata tha." So this is actual patient by name Mukesh, and he was admitted in Tata Memorial Hospital. A 24 years person who says that "Mera naam Mukesh hai, main 4 saal se gutka khata tha." So this is something interesting that the person, very young age, and this person actually had oral cancers and he expired before he get operated also. So this is a live example that even if a short duration of consumption of tobacco and tobacco products will land up into serious illnesses. So you need to be very careful and tell people and make people aware that it's not only after 10 years of consumption that you will suffer from this. It could be at any time. So again and again, I'm telling you a lot of hazardous chemicals, and so what are these chemicals? So if you see in your daily routine what products you use, like detergent powder, there's ammonia in detergent powder, there's in your industrial solvents or cleaning materials, or cadmium in your batteries, or acetone in your paint. So how many of you are going to eat your detergent powder or eat your batteries or drink your paint? No, you are not going to do that because you know these are hazardous to the body, or they may be poisonous, and it would definitely affect your body. But a person who is taking tobacco products, he is actually consuming all these chemicals all these hazardous chemicals every day. So try to understand if these chemicals go into your body every day, it is obvious that they are going to damage your body. It is no rocket science. But these people are not aware of this. People feel Shah Rukh Khan smoking is the real thing. No, that is not the real thing. This is the reality which you need to tell. This is a very important slide and to show to people who actually are consuming tobacco on a daily basis. As I said, we are losing almost 8 to 13 lakh people every year, which is more than HIV, AIDS, malaria and tuberculosis combined together. I mean, the deaths because of HIV, AIDS, deaths because of malaria and deaths because of tuberculosis. These three deadly diseases, if you combine together, even then the deaths occurring because of tobacco consumption related disease is much more than that. It is that serious issue. There is something called as second-hand smoking which you need to be aware. If you are not smoking but you come in contact with a person who is into smoking, even then it is dangerous. I mean, there are a lot of diseases which occur because of second-hand smoking and people actually lose their lives also because of second-hand smoking related illnesses. So it is that serious. So there is something called as third-hand smoking also. If you enter a room and no one is present over there, but you may feel that someone might have smoked over here, someone has smoked, because you get that smoke smell. Why it happens? Because yes, definitely someone must have smoked over there and the particles remain there for a longer time. That is the reason you get this feeling into it. So try to understand that even this third-hand smoking is dangerous and it causes a lot of effects on your body. And it has a lot of proven research also about which shows that how it is affecting your body. We'll talk about what are the different illnesses happening because of tobacco. These are the most common in a short-term consumption of tobacco. What will happen is ear infection, sore throat, yellow and decayed teeth, bad breath, smelly hair, smell disorders. I mean, the sense of smell and taste is lost. Wrinkled skin, watery eyes, dark circle below the eyes, itching in the eyes. But there is something interesting signs like white patch in the mouth. We call it leukoplakia, or red patches in the mouth or erythroplakia. Submucous fibrosis. So your mouth opening starts reducing. I mean, we can normally put 4 fingers in our mouth. But when the person is consuming tobacco for a longer time, his mouth opening starts reducing and it is called as submucous fibrosis. Now, these 3 conditions or this kind of conditions are called as pre-cancerous conditions, like white spot, red spot, submucous fibrosis. These are called as pre-cancerous conditions. That means that if a person still continues to consume tobacco, this pre-cancerous will definitely turn into cancerous condition. And there is a research which says that for people who have consumed smokeless tobacco for more than 3 years, more than 50% of them will start showing this pre-cancerous condition. I mean, just by consumption of tobacco for 3 years. So immediately when you come to know that a person has consumed tobacco for more than 3 years, you should immediately look out for this pre-cancerous lesion signs and show it to the person, because this would be a huge motivation for him to immediately quit, and then you should guide him to a proper person who could help him to quit. So as I said, we are number 1 in oral cancers, which is very unfortunate because of higher consumption of tobacco products and the variety of tobacco products available across the country. Different body parts cancers occur because of tobacco. It is not that only smoking can cause lung cancer. It has almost 16 body part cancers can happen because of tobacco consumption. Apart from cancers, there are other respiratory and cardiovascular diseases like chronic bronchitis, reduced lung function, asthma, coronary heart disease, heart attack, emphysema. These are all respiratory diseases. Gum diseases, tuberculosis, diabetes, cataract. So how is tuberculosis and tobacco related? So basically, tobacco has inherent capacity to kill your appetite. When your appetite goes down, your immunity will go down. If your immunity goes down, you're more susceptible to infectious diseases. And India, the most common infectious disease is tuberculosis. And in the current scenario, it's COVID. I mean, in Corona, we know that we are always been advised to have good immunity, because if you have good immunity, the virus won't be able to, even if the virus attacks you, you won't be able to sustain in the body for a longer time, because your body immunity is going to overcome it. So, a tobacco person, if he's consuming, definitely his immunity cannot be good. That is how tobacco and tuberculosis and tobacco and COVID and Corona are related. Diabetes, again, same thing. When you consume tobacco, pseudo-glucose is released in the body, and that is why when a person is consuming tobacco and having diabetes, it would be very difficult for him to maintain the right sugar levels. Early cataracts, gangrene. Now, what happens is the blood vessels which carry blood to your body parts, these blood vessels get smaller, constricted in size. The size reduces. So blood vessels, the blood supply reduces. So especially in the peripheral organs, blood vessel totally stops, and the blood supply stops, the part gets decayed. Actually, it gets decayed. It is called as gangrene, and this poison from this part should not spread to other body parts. So it is we have to cut it. It is called as amputation. So this is very common in people consuming cigarette and tobacco product, and this is also called as smoker's gangrene. This paralysis, when the blood supply to your brain is reduced, you will have stroke paralysis. If it is blood supply to your heart is reduced, you will have heart attacks. So your vision will be blurred because of your blood supply to your micro blood supply to the eyes is also reduced. Impotency is also one of the reasons because of tobacco consumption in men. Even in women, there are a lot of complaints. Unfortunately, previously it was a huge, the female were into more of smokeless tobacco, but in current years, if you see, there are a lot of girls and women into smoking, which is increasing and which have increased drastically. But unfortunately, these are educated people who know the hazards of tobacco and they understand, but still they are doing it. But they don't understand they are actually affecting, it is affecting their body in the big way. There are a lot of reproductive, organs, body parts are affected, and the entire reproductive system is affected because of that. It causes infertility, miscarriage, stillbirth, low birth weight baby, sudden infant death syndrome. A mother gives birth to a child, but child also gives birth to a mother. It's a huge, it's a beautiful relationship which is getting spoiled because of this particular tobacco consumption. The girls who are smoking today, they don't understand in future they are going to face a lot of complications. If you see today in the city, the IVF clinics, infertility clinics are rising every day. The cases of infertility are rising so rapidly that people are coming up with these IVF clinics, and you can see it more commonly in the recent years. So I've spoken a lot of negative things about tobacco, but a lot of positive aspects we should talk about after quitting, what happens, and the positive angle to it, because people don't like to listen more of negative things. And in my personal practice also, I see if I motivate them with positive things, they are more willing to quit rather than just telling them that it's a cancer hoga and focusing on more negative things. So you should always speak about the benefits also. So as you see that, if you, there are a lot of good changes happening in your body continuously, the health benefits. If you fall down and you get an injury, that injury won't remain for lifelong because there is a cell regeneration happening. His body is having a capacity to heal itself. Similarly, when a person stops taking tobacco product, there is a good changes happening in the body, and there are research studies which are available to prove it. Like what are the good changes happening in the body from 20 minutes of quitting smoking to 15 years of quitting smoking. Within 20 minutes, your pulse rate and blood pressure drops to normal. Within 12 hours, your carbon monoxide level drops to normal. Within 2 to 12 weeks, your lung function test starts improving. Within 5 to 10 years, your risk to heart attack and stroke paralysis drops to 50%, drops by 50%. And within 15 years, you're as good as a non-smoker for any cardiovascular disease risk. So your body has the capacity to get back to a stage of a non-smoker. So these things is to be promoted to people about the good changes and what are the health benefits after quitting smoking. And it's not only about the health benefit, it is also about the economic benefits and social benefits. Economic benefits, as I said, the direct money would be saved and also the future health costs would also be saved. Social benefits as a whole, as I said, entire family has to suffer, and also a lot of personal social benefits are also definitely there. It has huge impact on the environment also, but I'm not going into details of this now because we have less time. So first of all, we need to understand why do people get into this kind of addiction and fall into this trap of tobacco. So first, before getting into tobacco addiction, we need to understand addiction in general. Why do people get into addiction, any kind of addiction for that matter? So there are four main points or reasons for this. Dr. Anand Nadkarni, senior psychiatrist, has huge work in the field of de-addiction, and he has given this 4 points. He says first point is the characteristic of the chemicals present in those addictive substances. Means what? There is nicotine present in tobacco, there is something in alcohol, there is something in narcotic drugs. So the characteristic of this chemical itself is they are addictive in nature. The gold has some characteristics, silver has some characteristics. Likewise, this nicotine by characteristic is addictive. Means if 10 people smoke for the first time, smoke cigarette for the first time, there are high chances that 7 to 8 out of them get into this addiction because nicotine has the capacity to produce receptor level changes in your body, and these receptors will then keep on demanding for more nicotine. It is one of the most addictive substances found in the world. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances found in the world. So nicotine and other chemicals, like in other drugs, there are other chemicals. So characteristic of the chemicals is the first reason. Second is the personality. Now personality plays a very important role. If you have a good personality, you can say no to wrong things. You have the capacity to say no to wrong things. I did a survey in Navi Mumbai Traffic Police. I actually counseled 250 traffic policemen. I thought it is a traffic police duty and a stressful job, so high consumption of tobacco would be there. 90% may be consuming tobacco. But to my surprise, only 33% to be stressful were into tobacco addiction. So why the other 70% were not doing it? So if you have that kind of a personality, you still can sustain and you can still stay without drugs. Third is friend and family support. This is another important reason. There is a interesting case study where the Vietnam War happened. A lot of US soldiers were deployed in Vietnam, and this war was not much of an actual war; it was more of a Cold War. But it lasted for a long time, and these US soldiers were provided with a lot of drugs. But when the war got over and the soldiers came back to the families and friends, 99% of them were off all the drugs. So if the characteristic of the chemical is the only reason, then they should have continued it. But that is not the only reason. If you have good friend support, you have good family support, first of all, you won't get into this addiction. And even if you get family support, is very important to get you out of it also. The fourth reason is stress. So stress is one reason which is, and the research says that people in continuous stressful conditions, the chances of them getting into these addictions are very high. And the current scenario, if you see, we are into unprecedented kind of situation. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. The third wave may come, may not come. The virus the strain can be more, deadly also. So we are all stressful. People are losing jobs. People are having pay cuts, and people are losing family members. So we are in a huge stressful condition. So as such scenario, there are high chances that people get into addiction. So this time we need to be more alert and more take care of each other more good way. In smoking also happens, tobacco consumption also happens because of curiosity. People feel that they should try everything once, and ek baar try karna chahiye and all kind of attitude. Zindagi mein. That is not required at all, because as I said, this is highly addictive substances. Peer pressure, as I said, is one of the big reasons where people get into addictions. A lot of people tell me in the history that, it started with friends, and that is how I started. That was not because of stress, but because of friend pressure as well, and they start with consumption. I did a survey with the university for girls smoking, and there also peer pressure has come up to be a big reason for starting smoking. Another reason is the perception towards this tobacco and tobacco products, like they feel they are cool or fashionable or stylish. This is wrongly portrayed in our film industry and advertisements. Unfortunately, these actors get paid a lot for doing this, but they are ruining the lives of huge youngsters and generations together. And actors like Ajay Devgan saying Zuba Kesri and Shah Rukh Khan coming from behind telling maybe be Zuba Kesri. This is pathetic. In his IPL matches, you could see them doing this. There's Akshay Kumar, whom I used to praise a lot for fitness, but even Akshay Kumar does a pan masala ad. See, the government has banned the tobacco companies to promote tobacco products directly. There's a law called a Sportpal law, Cigarette and Other Tobacco Product Act. According to this act, they cannot promote tobacco products directly or market it. So they come up with a pseudo marketing thing. Like Priyanka Chopra does advertisement for Baba Ilaichi, but Baba is more famous for its gutka product. Now this ad of Ajay Devgan of Zuba Kesri is a Vimal product, a Vimal Pan Masala, but Vimal is more famous for its gutka product. Similarly, Akshay Kumar does some Pan Masala ad. The Pan Masala is just a showcase thing. They need actually to branding so that the brand still remains in the mind. So if I say Manikchand, how many of you will think of Manikchand gutka, or you will think of Manikchand mineral water? But because government is not allowing to promote Manikchand, they come up with Manikchand mineral water. So this is called as pseudo marketing, and this tobacco lobby has a huge money, and they do a lot of market research, and they spend a lot of money on this marketing. And unfortunately, a lot of youngsters get into this trap, and that is how the people start with it. And believe me, these actors have huge influence. If you ask 5 people, I've actually done a close survey, discussion with group study with 5 people. 3 out of 5 told me that we started after watching Shah Rukh Khan doing it. That huge is the impact. There are long idols today. Unfortunately, movies like Sanju and Kabir Singh go hit, and the wrong things are picked up by the youngsters. People feel they can remain slim because tobacco, as I said, has capacity to kill your appetite, but this is a wrong way, because this is the repercussions are very bad, because you're actually consuming a lot of chemicals. Tobacco lobby has a lot of money, as I said, so to promote and market it in a very glamorous kind of thing. Like example for this woman cigarette, feminized, low sex for women, all, and they attract the girls and women to into it. This is just an example. There are similar men's protocols. People feel that tension. There's a strong psychological association that tension they should have tobacco products. They will help it. Of course, this is not the right thing, and this is no connection with. In fact, the stress is going to increase because of tobacco consumption. People feel it relieves their constipation. Again, a huge misconception. Again, there is no correlation because a person who says he needs tobacco for smooth bowel movements, he must have started consuming tobacco by the age of 15 to 20. So first 15 years he was having smooth bowel movements in spite of tobacco. And no doctor is ever going to prescribe you that if you're having constipation, you should have 3 gutkhas or 3 BDs or 3 cigarettes. No, it is not a medicine. So don't take it as a medicine. The fact is, ultimately, it is the number one killer today. It is affecting a lot of lives, and a lot of productive age group of people, as adults, are getting affected because of it. And believe me, the survival rate of oral cancer is like the 5-year survival rate is only 50%. That means only 50% will survive if they get an oral cancer in the final stage, and only 50% of them will survive more than 5 years. That high is the death rate. So basically, we need to promote this and help more people get out of this habit before they land up into such kind of serious illnesses where they have to lose their legs or get operated or, having such kind of cancers and all. We should help them to get out of it before they land up into this serious illnesses. So this is what about the tobacco and thing, and the treatment. Again, there are misconceptions that people don't know that it is possible to quit. They feel it is very difficult to quit, but no, it is definitely possible to quit, and there is help available. Research says that if they take proper guidance and from a healthcare provider and expert, the quitting chances increase almost 4 times. So we need to promote this that it is possible to quit and there is help available, and people should take this help and they should come out of this habit. There are, specific things, but these are basic guidelines that what we can promote and help people to quit. They should take up hobbies or count 1 to 100 or recall happy moments, exercise. Exercise helps you to release dopamine. When nicotine reaches your brain, this dopamine is released, and dopamine is basically the feel-good hormone. Same dopamine is released when you are having your favorite food in front of you or when you are with your friends. Same dopamine is released when you are exercising. So exercising again is a very important alternative when you are in the quitting process. There are other coping mechanisms, like you can remember 4 Ds. This urge to consume tobacco is strong for the first 5 minutes, and within 20 minutes it disappears. So first 5 minutes you can follow these 4 Ds, like drink water, deep breathing, delay, and do something else. So these 4 Ds are drink water. So drinking water will help you to calm down and the urge will reduce. Deep breathing, when you start deep breathing, your entire attention is on your breathing. Delay is like tell yourself that okay, I'll have after some time. The moment you tell that I will have after some time, the urge starts reducing, and do some action or do something else. So when you're involved in some action, automatically your mind is diverted into it. Believe me, I have counseled more than 5,000 people, and I have given this steps, and it has benefited so many people. Expert advice is important. You can take the expert help so that you get out, and they help you with the proper plan. There are medications and available like nicotine chewing gum and patches, but I would request that this should be taken under the expert's advice, because there is a proper dose you should take it. There is a proper method of consumption, and there is a proper, taking method when you take this. You have to reduce the dose on a regular basis so that one day you're off it completely. So though it is available OTC, you can take it without prescription. It is advisable that you take under the expert's guidance. So this is for the thing that you should keep yourself, your friend, your university tobacco free, and ultimately we want a healthy India so that less people or no one should get into these deadly diseases and lead a very healthy life. So this is our social media handles of Indian Cancer Society. You can always get back to us with any queries or any research work that you want to collaborate and do with us. This is my contact number and my email ID. I would be happy to guide more people about the queries about this particular thing. That was from my side. I would request for the question answer session. Yeah, Mansi, you can coordinate the question answer session.
Yeah, sir.
You can ask one by one or put it in the chat, whatever feels comfortable. Yeah, please go ahead. Most ladies use powdered tobacco for brushing the teeth. How bad it is? Yeah, this is something called as masheli, which I explained in the tobacco product. As I said, every tobacco product, no matter what it is going to be harmful. It's the tobacco, this masheli, the powdered form of tobacco which ladies are using is definitely harmful. See, our mouth has very strong blood circulation. So no matter what you keep in the mouth for even for 10 seconds, it is immediately going to get absorbed. Most of you must be aware that in case emergencies, we have been given with this Sorbitrate. In emergencies, doctors give us Sorbitrate in the mouth so that the absorption happens immediately. I mean, there is a medicine in emergency which we give to keep below the tongue. Why we give it? Because the strong absorption happens. So no matter what tobacco product you are consuming, it will immediately get absorbed, and the harmful chemicals will definitely affect your body. And as I told you, what are these harmful chemicals? They are carcinogenic chemicals which will definitely land up into serious illnesses like cancer. What was the next question? I don't get. Nicotex gum actually help to quit cigarette. See, as I said, first try to understand what is the logic behind this Nicotex gum. So Nicotex gum is basically nicotine gum. So as I said, when a person is smoking a single cigarette, he is exposed to 4,000 to 7,000 chemicals, out of which 200 are poisonous, 65 are carcinogenic. But the main chemical which is the culprit is nicotine. This nicotine goes into the brain and releases dopamine. As I said, dopamine is a feel-good hormone. This brain or receptors are not concerned with the other 7,000 chemicals. They just want nicotine. So if a doctor tells a person that you are having hypertension or blood pressure problem, you don't smoke. The person may stop smoking and will start taking another tobacco product. Because body just wants nicotine. The receptors just wants nicotine. So they have used a similar concept, and when they have removed this nicotine from the tobacco products and created nicotine crude form in the form of chewing gum. So that is why it is called as nicotine replacement therapy, where nicotine is removed from tobacco and in the crude form. So when a person gets urged to the tobacco product, they put a chewing gum or put a patch, and the nicotine reaches the receptors and the urge subsides. But this is not as simple as I'm saying, because this is just one part of the treatment. It is not the entire treatment. It has to be supported by proper counseling and regular follow-up. The dose needs to be tapered. There are a lot of things into it. So I'm saying it has to be taken under the expert guidance. But try to understand the logic behind it. The logic is we are replacing nicotine from tobacco into a crude form so that you are saved from the other harmful chemicals. And first of all patients don't require this nicotine replacement therapy. Only those which are highly physically dependent. I mean, there are different types of addiction, physical, psychological, behavioral. And the expert knows whom would require it. Only those category of people will require it. And even if they require it, has to be taken in the proper dose and proper method. So it is advisable to be taken under expert guidance. So yes, nicotine chewing gum do help, provided they are taken in a right way with the expert's guidance. Thank you. How bad is second-hand smoking? Yeah, as I already explained, 10 to 13 lakh people die every year because of tobacco-related, consumption-related illnesses, and 5 to 6% of them, 5 to 6% of 10 to 12 lakh is a huge number, die because of second-hand, smoke consumption or second-hand smoke consumption-related illnesses. Consuming tobacco in the limit is safe. Absolutely not. There is no safe limit. I mean, it is like I won't jump from a 15th floor, I would jump from 10th floor of a building. Absolutely not. It is not going to help you in any way. You are still going to get affected because of it. So there is no safe limit of any drugs for that matter, not just tobacco. I'm just getting lost. Chocolate has nicotine too. Absolutely no. Chocolate is something different. Tea, coffee has caffeine into it. Chocolate has coca into it, and nicotine is not there in chocolate. How bad is marijuana? Okay, marijuana is absolutely bad. It is nothing comparison like which is more bad, but marijuana is equally bad. And may people have a lot of misconceptions, it is natural and all, but it is definitely bad. And the withdrawals of marijuana are much more than smoking. Smoking withdrawals, the best part is they are never ever life-threatening. But marijuana is something very dangerous. So please keep yourself away and don't fall prey to all these natural things that are marijuana and all. Today's topic is tobacco, so I would restrict to tobacco, but marijuana is definitely bad. Hash and marijuana definitely big no. So if tobacco product is harmful, so why does government doesn't ban it? Yeah, this is the most common question I get every time. But yeah, there is no direct answer, but I'll try to answer it. So the thing is, first thing is you need to understand that tobacco, we are the highest, second largest producers and exporters of tobacco. And a lot of farmers cultivate this crop, and this is a cash crop. So they get a lot of direct money out of it. So if you stop it, these farmers need to be given alternative source of livelihood. There are a lot of other products like BD products and all also. So if you see a BD factory, they are unorganized sector, but there are lakhs of people who are in this particular profession. So BD, workers are also in lakhs. So they need to, government needs to see how to relocate them or give them alternate source of livelihood. Another thing is government itself gets a lot of revenue out of it. I mean, the taxation on cigarette goes on every year, and the government gets a lot of revenue. So it's a huge source of revenue. So it will be difficult for them to do it immediately. And something more interesting is that India is a democratic country. Now it is democracy. You have some advantages and some disadvantages also. If I have a license to sell alcohol, I can sell alcohol. No one is going to stop me to sell alcohol. Same thing was raised in the Supreme Court when the hookah parlors were banned. The hookah owners said that we are not forcing anyone. We have the license, we are doing it. We are not forcing anyone to do it. So the hookah parlors, though Supreme Court knows that hookah is dangerous, they had to, give permission to start the hookah parlors. As I said, your democracy has its own advantages and disadvantages. But believe me, personally, I feel our health is our responsibility. I mean, with the COVID thing happening, it is in my hand, and I should do a COVID appropriate behavior. If I don't wear a mask, if I don't wash my hands, and if I don't do social distancing, maintain social distancing, I cannot blame the government for it. So I feel our health is our responsibility, and we should not rely on government for it. As it affects women, as the MBO does, it affects men also. Yes, definitely, impotency is also the big thing in men, because of tobacco consumption. And men definitely, both men and women have huge problems with all their systems from top to bottom, your neurological system, your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system, your gastrointestinal system, your immune system. Each and every system is affected because of this. Any more questions? You can ask directly also.
Sir, I would like to ask a question.
Sure.
The soil that is used, like the farm, can some other crop be grown on that same tobacco field, or only tobacco is able?
No, unfortunately, once you have a tobacco farm, the land becomes barren. It doesn't support other crops for years together. I mean, that is the bad thing about tobacco farm again. And it is not easy to cultivate other crops immediately. That farm has to go through a lot of treatment. Only then it can be done. Next question.
Jain sir, yes sir. Sir, as we know, like in IT sector, the consumption, smoking culture is a very big issue. But they combine with other substances, like they combine it with soda, all they have it with a drink. So it has more effects on body, adverse effects.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're having tobacco and alcohol, so it is a more deadly combination. So definitely, anything which is affecting, not good for the body, definitely, you're having it as a combination, definitely it will have more severe effects. And plus, they are into a lot of stress, so they're already having other issues also. Yes, next question, please. Is there anything in the...
So anybody has any questions? No. So sir, I will conclude with the session. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank our speaker, Dr. Rohan Bartake, on behalf of our audiences, Atharva volunteers, for guiding us on ill effects of smoking and tobacco and impact of COVID-19 on such people. We also got to know the benefits of quitting smoking and consumption of tobacco. So we look forward to more such collaborations with you. And thank you for your participation and time and making this event a success. Thank you.
Yeah, I just have a last comment to make. This lecture should not be remain just as a lecture, and I just want that each one of you, first of all, don't get into this habit, because this is the most vulnerable age we are in. If you don't get into any habits into this age, it is less likely that in the future age you will get into it. And more than that, I need you to help people, more and more people, about this awareness. Whatever knowledge, don't keep it yourself. And whoever you know, if they are into this habit, you please make them aware and ask them to take help to quit. Because if you are helping a single person to quit tobacco habit, you are actually helping the entire family. So try to understand the huge impact of the family and help more and more people. And all the best. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.